You know, it's not that often that the Matthew Street channel gets a scoop. It just doesn't happen. You know, I'm always just too busy with the washing and the cleaning and the whatnot around the kitchen, you know, and all that stuff. So I don't have, the time to be right there when breaking news happens. So I don't get a lot of them. Once in a while, I get one here and there. But every once in a while, somebody will throw me a bone, so to speak. And you know what? I just had a nice bone thrown my way. Yum, yum, yum. Because, folks, you've all heard the story about Paul's missing Hofner 500/1 violin bass guitar. The one he bought way back in like 1961, I think it was. He got it for like 37 pounds, which is like nothing money when you think about it. This was such an iconic instrument. He had several of them. This is a replica of one of his later ones, but that early first one that he got has been missing for over 50 years, half a century, folks. This bass guitar was so iconic. It was on all those early tracks in the studio at Abbey Road, like Love Me Do, She Loves You, Twist and Shout. Probably recorded most of With the Beatles, the Please Please Me album, for all we know. Hundreds of gigs. This guitar was at the Cavern. It was at all the different locations, those famous places. It was over in Hamburg. I mean, unbelievable instrument. And it was last seen publicly during those Let It Be sessions. If you ever saw the Get Back film or the Let It Be film, sometimes it shows up. You'll see Paul playing it in 1969 in that film. But they believe it was stolen. This is some of the, different stories, variations, that it was in the back of a van during one of Paul's early gigs with Wings in 1972, and that some thieves broke into the van where the instruments and equipment was, and they took the famous Hofner bass of Paul's, stole it, and then pawned it off for some money and for some beer at a local pub. And the person who bought it and gave the free beer and the money for it, he was a landlord who rented this space to a pub. All right, at least that's the story, the way I got it. And what ended up happening is you would think it was on some exotic journey. No, it was not. It was sitting in a loft or an attic in Hastings, southeast England, in some family's home for the last half a century. Just kind of got the family, that original landlord who owned the pub, the building the pub was in, his family just had it sitting in a loft for 50 years. And it finally, with some research, some journalists did some investigating, they found it. It had some damage to it. It had a cracked neck, but it was returned to Paul. This all happened in September of last year, and then Paul finally got it. Once it was authenticated, Paul got it in just this past December, a couple of months ago. And who knows, maybe Paul will get it all fixed up. Paul was so grateful and happy to get it back. And now we may see it in concert. Who knows? Paul, come on out and let's see the old bass again. Well, folks, I have a scoop because now I'm just waiting. I got another minute here or so to make the call, but I have a scoop. I have an interview you are only going to see right here on the Matthew Street channel. The heck with those other Beatle channels. I have the exclusive interview here. One of my loyal subscribers and viewers has hooked me up, baby. Hooked me up. I'm off the hook. Off the hook. All right. And this is Terry Mann. Thank you, Terry. Terry Mann said, he called me up. He gave me an emergency message and said, I have a scoop for you, Matthew. I have a phone number. If you make a call on this date at this time, you will have the interview with Paul's missing bass. Folks, I am over the moon ecstatic that I will be interviewing the bass. First time it has ever spoken about its journey and about its traumatic situation. And this will be the first, so I'm going to call the number to His Majesty's Phone Brigade, and it'll go to Sir Paul's house. And I am told that, as he's known, Hoff, isn't that cute, Hoff, he's going to pick up the phone, and the missing bass will be giving me, Matthew Street, an exclusive interview. And I have my notes here, and I have my trusty pen to write things down as he's speaking to me. So, folks, are you ready? I am so excited about this. Let me dial the operator. Yes, hello, good morning. This is Matthew Street. Can you please patch me through to His Majesty's Phone Brigade in the UK? Thank you. Hello, His Majesty's Phone Brigade. This is Matthew Street. in the United States. Yes, how are you? Yes, thank you. And could you please give me the digits I need to get into the special thing that's been set up by my viewer, Terry Mann? Okay. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Okay. Gave me the double secret probation code. Totally exclusive here. Hello, is this the McCartney residence? Hello, yes. Yes, this is Matthew Street. Yep, right on time. Thank you very much. Hello, how are you? Okay, could I speak to Hoff, please? Thank you. He's coming. I'll be right here. Hello, Hoff. How are you? It's Matthew. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was so excited when Terry said I could give you a call and we could talk about this. How you doing? Good, good. How's your broken neck doing? Ah, they're working on it. They're working on the broken neck. That's great. We write some of this stuff down. So, how you feeling? You happy to be back with Paul or what? Yeah, yeah. Oh, he's so excited. Oh, you should hear him, folks. Yeah. Hey, what's all that noise in the background? That's Sir Paul. What's he yelling? I hear him in the background. What's he saying? That I should be talking to him instead of you about this. Well, he wasn't on the journey living in an attic for 50 years. You were. He's been living the good life, that old Paul. Yeah. Tell him to be quiet back there. He's going to mess up my limited time with you, Hoff. Tell him to be quiet. What a cheeky bastard, huh? 50 years in an attic, though, Hoff. How awful, huh? Oh, but you did make some friends while you were up there, huh? Oh, great. All right. A ventriloquist dummy was living up in the attic with you, made buddies with him, yeah. Oh, he was dating an old sewing machine for a while. I wonder if it was a singer, like in Help. Anyway, there was a replica statue of Venus up in that attic, that loft. You old dog, you. Growl. Oh, man. So, Hoff, you were really on some big songs. I mean, especially those early big hits. With the Beatles, She Loves You. Yep, Twist and Shout. I saw her standing there. You were on that one, too? Wow. Awesome. Writing some of this stuff down. This is great. And you were at some of the top concerts, some of those early raucous Hamburg concerts, the Cavern, some of those early gigs, huh? Wow. Great stories you must have, huh, Hoff? When the Beatles were in the van doing the Beatles sandwich and Mal would be driving with Neil and all that stuff. Oh, my God, yeah. And John let who do what to you? Oh, TMI, Hoff, TMI. Okay. I don't think I need to let the viewers know that. Okay, Ringo, he drooled on you a couple of times. Oh, I could see that. Shocking. I can see it. Any other good stories? The old Indian days. India. Yeah, 68. Oh, but finally you had enough, huh? I guess he had enough of George's sitar's BS. Hoff just PO'd about it. Oh, he beat the crap out of George's sitar. Nice. No wonder we never heard from that damn sitar again after the Inner Light, huh? You kicked his rear end. Well, that's great, Hoff. That is a great story. See, folks, we're getting some exclusive stories here, stuff we would never hear anywhere else, Beatles inside stuff. This is great. I can't believe I have this interview exclusive. Weren't you at the Revolution video shoot too, Hoff? Yeah, you were. Oh, my goodness. You were right there on the ground floor. There's not too much footage of the Beatles rocking out like that hard, in those later years with the longer hair and the cool duds they're wearing and then no more matching suits and all that. That was like a good representation of what the Beatles would have been like at concert at that time. And that was great that you were on the ground floor there. You were a fly on the wall or a fly in Paul's hand, as it were, right? Yeah. Wow, awesome. Rocking out. Hey, can I ask you a question about that video shoot, Hoff? Yeah. Hey, what did George really say to Paul? Remember, like a minute into the video, George leans over to Paul and says something to him. What in the world did he ever say? Ooh. John smells like shite. Oh my God. No kidding. Well, I got to say, John's hair was pretty greasy back then, especially during the Get Back or the Let It Be film period. Yeah, John had some greasy dew there going. Yeah, one day in one of the days you'd see it all fluffy and cute, like you just shampooed it, and the next day be a greasy mess dripping with God knows what. You know, right? Yeah, yeah. He's confirming all that. John was pretty greasy back then. Oh. He doesn't think the Ono Lennons were that worried about hygiene back then. Yeah, they weren't worried about hygiene in those days. Oh my God, I'm writing so many notes here. I gotta get a new page here. Oh, yeah. Wonderful period being with the Beatles in the studio and on stage up until, until the end there. He didn't do a lot of work during the last Beatles tour, he said. He was basically like as a backup. He was like kind of chill backstage in case Paul broke a string or something. Yeah. Speaking of hygiene, though, let's get back to hygiene. Now, right before you were abducted, how were Paul and Linda out on that farm in Scotland in the early 70s, just before you went missing? Whoa! No showers, no running water or working toilet out on that farm in Scotland? Oh, boy. Oh. He said it must have been really ripe in Linda and Paul's farmhouse. That's so funny. Oh, my God. Hey, did Linda shave her armpits or what? No. Oh, boy, she was all out natural, huh? Oh, man, this guy, he's got the inside scoop. Holy cow. Oh, yeah. He says Paul must have been nuts to put up with that. You're right. He says, ain't no way I'm cuddling with Sasquatch, if you get my drift. Off. You are too funny, man. You are too funny. Well, listen, my time's just about up here as I look at the old clock, and I know you have other interviews to do, but thank you so much for giving me the first exclusive interview with you, Hoff. I truly appreciate it. Me and my viewers, we're just so happy you're back with Paul where you rightfully belong. Thank you so much, Hoff, for doing this. And please, let's stay in touch, bro. What do you say? Cheers, and all that good stuff. Cheerio, as we say, or as you say in the UK. Yeah. Okay. Well, Hoff says thank you to all of you. Thanks for being here and watching this exclusive interview with him. And he looks forward to maybe seeing you out on the road this year in 2024 with Paul. Okay. Thanks again, Hoff. Love you, man. Bye-bye. Well, there you have it, folks. Interview with Hoff, Paul's Hofner 500/1 bass that went missing back in the early 70s. And I'm just so happy to do this. And I want to say a big thank you to Terry Mann for setting this interview up and hooking me up, man. This is great. I have an exclusive. And, this video probably deserves a good 50,000 views, but I'm lucky if it'll get 5. So what are you going to do? Love you all. Bye-bye.